Hey guys, welcome to part 2 of today's vlog. Day 2 of Anthrocon. We're technically not done with our date, just yet. I mean, if I see something else interesting, like pictures or whatnot, I'll add it in, because shortly after whatnot, we're actually heading to the rave, but we're going to show off our haul. So, day 1, did we get anything on day 1? I don't remember.
Day 1, no we did not.
Okay, so day 2, which is today, which is Saturday, which is July 1st, we got a bunch of stuff. I'm just gonna let you guys know.
Just a little bit of stuff.
So, our first stop was basically at Dealer's Den.
Yeah.
Half portion was at Dealer's Den, but then we decided to watch another Fursuit Parade because might as well there and check it out. So, would you like to show off what you got on Dealer's Den?
Bag real quick. Well, one of the first things I ended up getting was this Game Boy. This yellow Game Boy.
One of the booths, and we're selling video games or whatnot, figures.
Yeah, it works perfectly fine. The only thing I've noticed is that the screen cover here, or the basically protector for it, or whatever you want to call it. It's taped down right now. It's the only thing holding it on. I need to take the tape off and basically re-glue it.
And how much was the system?
The handheld game system was $30, and I mean it's in pretty decent condition. Like, I mean, it works perfectly fine. I think the screen might be slowly starting to go, but that's one of those ones I can always take it and get it repaired.
Yeah.
Basically, buy a new screen, fix it. You know, that's not too bad.
And then you also got a game.
But outside of that, it works fine. And that's the thing, is where the screen, I think, is dying. It's not really so bad to where it impacts gaming on it.
Yeah. How much was that?
This?
Yeah.
$30, like I said. But the contrast wheel works. The volume works. I haven't tried the connector because I don't have a connector for it.
I have one somewhere.
I mean, it works perfectly fine. I mean, it still has the old stickers on it, but it works perfectly good. That plus it matches my yellow version. And then for $25, I ended up getting this
Silver.
New copy of Silver.
Would you like to give a backstory for that one? Little mini.
Okay, I have gold and silver before this. Both the batteries had died. So I was going to change the batteries. When I finally got the batteries and went to go change it, I changed the gold version. Everything worked fine. I go to do the silvers, and the battery had in the time frame of me finding out that the battery was dead to the time of me actually getting around to changing it. The battery had actually started leaking inside of the cartridge, and it actually it actually corroded a lot of the board and just ruined the board in it. So the game was just completely shot. So this is basically to replace that, so I have two perfectly working copies. But the one thing they did tell me they did is that they opened up the cartridge and went ahead and changed the batteries in them, because these games do have a working clock in them, and because that clock is always going, it'll eat the batteries up. So they've changed the batteries in these, so that saves me a little bit of work.
Yeah. And you also got some badges today as well.
That was the next thing. Let me put this back in my bag. Keeping it in my bag for safekeeping so I don't lose it. Well, I think we should
We'll get to the ears here in a minute.
I think we should start with the ears.
Okay.
So, ended up finding some ears for my character Lavender. This one don't want to stay up just because of the hat. But
you got a separate hat. I wanted to keep that.
I went to Target and bought a hat just so I can kind of put a hole in it to, so that the ears would actually fit, because I am not cutting through this hat.
You just like the hat too
I like
much.
this hat. This is my casual hat. But bought kind of just a cheapish hat just so that I can, put it on there, and actually this goes off just a little bit. But, just bought a cheap little hat just so that, I can stick the ears on there.
And how much were the ears?
The ears for me, I believe, were $15.
Yeah, because
So-
yours were slightly more cheaper than mine. I did get ears for those who are wondering, but
These just kind of happen to match perfect with lavender. And then badges.
and you got a lanyard
Yeah,
as well.
we found these the lanyards that hold a bunch of badges on them.
Would you like to hold up the lanyard and see what show what it looks like?
It's good right now.
Okay, basically it has a bunch of clips onto it already.
It's got 6 different clips, so you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, plus the main clip where you can put your con badge on there.
Yeah, if you want to.
Which is where mine is.
Most of these badges you got from different booths.
Yeah, and because lavender's pretty much the one that I'd be mainly using a lot, so went and got some cat badges.
Yeah.
This one's House Feline. If it fits, I sits. And it's a picture of a box.
You might want to get off the lamp because everyone can't see it.
How about that?
Too dark. There we go.
If it fits, I sits. And then the one under that is Beware of Cat. And then I've got Cat Pride. And then to go with all the cat stuff, no, just no.
Pretty much fits you.
And then for both of our badges, there was a donation thing where you could get a ribbon to go on your badge.
Yeah. There was a suitor there. I don't know the exact.
It was an angel dragon,
name.
and I couldn't resist the cuteness.
Yeah. Was it like sky blue and white or
I
whatnot?
think so.
That's all I can remember what it looked like.
But basically $5 or more, you get a ribbon. So for me and her, I donated $10 so we both have a ribbon. Which is actually a good thing because they do end up, basically all the proceeds go to a company that will take care of neglected animals or whatnot. Basically, mainly like farm animals that have been neglected or rescued from factory farms or whatnot. But nice little ribbon to go under it. So.
Wasn't there anything else in your backpack you had other than that one thing?
Yeah. I also ended up getting this, which is the Kate 6 figure.
You didn't get yours when you pre-ordered yours.
Yeah, when I pre-ordered mine, they didn't have any of the figures. They kind of sold out of them. But they had a few of these figures there today. The same booth that I got the Game Boy.
How much was the Cade figure?
It says right on there, $20.
Oh yeah, right there.
So,
So you managed to get yourself a Cade, huh?
Managed to get the Kate 6. We also did stop at the concession stand, and there were like little
It
funnel
was
cake
in the
bites.
dealer's den, for those who are wondering.
Yeah, it was in the
They
same-
had these giant dog dishes and these cat
you
dishes.
could basically pay $1 and get a giant dog dish. I ended up getting what was called Meow Mix, which was essentially funnel
and a
cakes.
souvenir cup, but it's in my bag right now.
And a souvenir cup. But basically it was called Meow Mix, and all it was like little funnel cake bites about yay big around, topped with powdered sugar. And what they did is they put it.
For a few minutes.
What they did is they put it in a cat bowl.
So what did you think of the Meow Mix?
They were good.
It was powdery but good.
It was very, very, very good.
So, and not only that, but because of the lanyard you got for free, you got a bunch of clips in there, but you can't see that well.
Yeah.
But that's what you got so far. So we did like a bunch of spending at Dealer's Den, but it was totally worth it.
I think now it's your turn for the whole.
Alright, so I'll show off my side. I probably should show off the first obvious thing that's already sitting out here already. So basically, for those who don't know, my channel icon has a picture of my wolf, Shadow. She is a black wolf. So I ended up getting a black wolf tail to match it. And there was other tails that I could have gone with, like maybe a smaller one or whatnot. But this is the one I fell in love with the most. It was really, really soft. I got a pin for free after I purchased this. I got this for $52. And oh my goodness, I absolutely love this tail. And it's just perfect. It matches the color for my persona, Shadow the Wolf. And basically the loops I'll bring it into the light so you guys can see. Basically, there's 2 loops here, so it's not like one of my other tails where there's like one giant loop. But it was a little difficult to get on my belt and wear it around, but it was definitely worth the $52. I've been wanting a fursuit tail for quite some time, and I was like, you know what, it's here, it's $52, I'm going to get it. Just to go off con thing for a minute, yesterday you went to get soda, and you had told me there was a thrift store not far from the hotel. We went to that thrift store. The thrift store was okay. If I remember right, it was called Valley of Kings thrift store. I could be wrong on the name or anything. But we looked around. I didn't see very much except for one thing that caught my eye. Then again, it doesn't bug me too much because I am going to go to the Goodwill in Huber Heights sometime after Anthrocon. And I found this Dewey plush at the thrift store, Kings, Valley of Kings, I think it was called, like I said. Originally, it was 75 cents. They had 2 color tags for today's sale, which was green and then pink or red or something, I don't remember. But because its original price was 75 cents, it was lowered down to 49 cents total. So I ended up getting Dewey. And he is actually from Disneyland slash Walt Disney World, Walt Disney Productions. It's a little faded on his tush tag right there. But that's the only thing I got from that thrift store. Overall, the thrift store was okay. They were a little small on their toy section with VHSs, but I consider it okay thrift store. Not the worst one, or I'm not saying it's bad. It's okay. It's pretty good. But it does have a bunch of clothes for people who want to look at clothes and get clothes. I'll show off the room here because I didn't show it off in the other vlog at the end. And I do have more stuff here in my bag. So I think I have some stuff in my Pokeball pouch. No, I don't. It's in the main right here. But like I said, that tail is very, very soft. I'm very happy I got it. So we'll move on with con stuff. Next, from the same booth that Michael had gotten his Game Boy and Caden Silver, I had gotten this sealed Yu-Gi-Oh figure, and it's in its box still. I paid $20 for it. And this has Gaia the Dragon Champion. It does make noise. I don't know how to do it. I had to figure it out later. But basically, the wings are separate right now. So I'd have to figure out to put that together later. But I am going to keep the box just for safekeeping, because it is very, very hard to find these figures in this condition. And there's a couple other Yu-Gi-Oh figures you can collect, such as Blue Eyes Ultimate that looks like it right here. The Thousand Dragon, which I have, which I've shown you guys in Goodwill Garage finds. If I'm not showing it to you, basically a long time ago I found a big Thousand Dragon figure at Goodwill at some point. I don't remember. It was quite a while, but and there's an Exodia figure. And this shows off what it does here. It has sound. It is 12 centimeters, like it says right here. Like I said, I'm going to have to see how I can get this to operate properly. But other than that, definitely worth the $20 for a collector's. So I'd highly recommend this. I'm not sure how rare this is. I will say this right now, but I did get this from the same booth like Michael did. So now I'll show off with the badges. I ended up getting a lanyard too as well. This was $10 for the lanyard. Basically, why I got the lanyard is because I didn't have one for my con badge, and I was getting really tired of pinning it to my backpack, my shirt, pretty much almost everywhere. Like, I thought I even had to pin it onto one part of my pants at some point. I had enough, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm gonna look around and see if I can find a booth that has lanyards. Luckily, they did. It was $10, like I said, and it's the same one that Michael has right now. Keep in mind, we don't remember where we got all these badges, but I do remember I got some of these. I will say this, we did go to the Pokemon meetup later today with my friend. So I ended up getting Wolf Pride. I got Beware Wolf. There's my con badge right there. And this badge is actually from a fursuiter that was at the Pokemon meetup. I'm sorry if I get your name wrong. If I remember right, it was Pyro the Charizard or something like that. I don't remember. Like I said, if I get your name wrong, I'm sorry. But this was for free. We ended up getting this one for free at the Pokemon meetup. And this was the pin I got for my, with my tail, which was for free. Which has an otter on it, and it says, "Utterly amazing." So I ended up getting this pin with my tail. So I still have a couple other spots left on this lanyard, and this will definitely help me out. Like, let's say I want to bring one of Shadow's badges or whatnot that I got artwork done of at the con or fur meets or whatnot. I could stick it on here if I wanted to. So this is definitely worth the money for a lanyard. I ended up getting some ears as well, like I said. And these are, I won't say the wolf ears or anything else. They're bigger than the other ones that Michael and I looked at, but I seen these at the side of the booth. They were a little bit more bigger, and I seen these as wolf ears, and they're really, really soft. I absolutely love them. Definitely the same color. I mean, they may be a little itty bitty 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 tiny bit off of the tail color here, but I mean, I'm not gonna brag. Oh my goodness. Shadow is all a solid black, just a normal black color. It matches her, and basically the purpose of me getting ears is whenever I get my partial suit of Shadow, which I do plan on doing at some point, I can wear my tail and my ears. The seller gave us headbands just in case for free. The ears, these were a little more. These were $20. And like I said, these are very, very nice. I absolutely love them, and they're so soft. And I also ended up getting something from another booth. Basically, I remember the seller, she is a thrifter, if I remember right. And I got talking to her, and basically, she had Lion King figures. She had all kinds of stuff. It was amazing. I actually have something else from that same booth that I got the Gaia Dragon Champion from. But I'll show that thing here once I'm done. From the booth that had the figures and the Dragon Tales plushes, that's all I can remember on the top of my head right now. She had random figures or whatnot, and I seen a couple I liked. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm definitely getting these. She had Rudolph, and this looks like the Rudolph the Musical figurine. I'll have to look this up on eBay and see, or eBay or Google. Basically, I'm not selling this Rudolph. Basically, to look up and see like if this is actually the Rudolph the Musical figurine. She was selling it for $5, and I absolutely love Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and I figured, you know what, Rudolph is one of my favorite characters around Christmas time. I will definitely purchase that. And one of my characters, my favorite characters from The Lion King is Shenzi the Hyena, and she had 2 different Shenzis or whatnot. So I got this Shenzi for $30. I mean, yeah, this one's a little more, like, it has tiny marks and scuffs on it, if I can tell, but I don't mind it. Shenzi's my favorite character from The Lion King, and I just couldn't help myself. I'm like, you know what? This is my favorite by far. I am definitely purchasing it, and I will be adding this to my Lion King collection. So I ended up getting that. Also, the cup that Michael ended up getting with his Meow Mix is the souvenir cup, which was $25 with the drink or whatnot. So this is the Anthrocon souvenir cup that he got.
The convention center.
Okay, well, basically the convention center, but it's still worth it to remember and look back on. It's like, oh, hey, we went to Anthrocon that year. But, you got that. It looks reusable as well. Let me check. Okay, last one. This is the same, the last item I'm going to show off here before the hotel. Is going to be the same booth that he got his Game Boy, Silver, Cade, and the Gaia Dragon Champion. He paid for this for me, and it was very nice of him. I was surprised that you did that, actually, but, he ended up paying this for me, which is the Genesis Lion King game. Yeah, I know I don't have a Sega Genesis, but I did tell him at some point I do want to play this on the Genesis whenever I get my own Genesis system, which I do plan on doing. If I remember right, that was like $5 or something like that. I don't remember exactly.
$4.
Oh, okay, well, basically that's how much it costed him. And that is everything from day 2. Other than that, I'll just show off the pamphlet and the bag, what we got from basically when we picked up our online registration stuff from Friday, actually. So basically, we got like a map of the shuttle schedule, fursuit map, fursuit parade, and it came in this yellow Anthrocon bag. This was for the fursuit badge and photo parade guidelines, showing off where the fursuiters were going down the fursuit parade. And then there's coupons, which you haven't used. It was like for some kind of ferry ride. The convention and dining guide. And the last one is the Anthrocon 2017 Pocket Program. So that is it for day 2. Last day will be day 3 on Sunday. So we'll see you guys later on the next vlog for day 3.